There are moments in life when we witness something strange, something that defies explanation. A thought flashes through our mind and it manifests immediately. Someone appears right at the moment we think of them. A door opens in such perfect coincidence that it can no longer be called chance. These moments make us pause, as if reality itself were mirroring our thoughts in the very instant they arise. No waiting, no praying, no interval of time. Everything unfolds so swiftly that we begin to wonder, is the world listening to every beat of our mind? In the deepest layer of existence, the universe does not operate through words, but through energy. Every thought, every emotion, every image we hold within emits its own frequency. This field of energy not only surrounds us, but also connects with the entire cosmos, a vast network where even the faintest vibration is recorded. When our frequency is strong enough, clear enough, the universe responds instantly, not because it grants what we desire, but because it is the truest mirror of the energy we emit. The reflective moment is not a rare phenomenon, it happens constantly. The difference is that most people are not quiet enough to notice. The world responds to us every second, yet amid the noise of our own minds, we only hear faint echoes of ourselves. When we are angry, we encounter situations that feed our anger. When we are grateful, we meet things that amplify our gratitude. Every emotion is a command sent outward, and reality, absolutely honest, reflects that command immediately. Imagine the mind as the surface of water. When we throw a stone into it, ripples spread out instantly. Thoughts and emotions are the same. When we send out the frequency of love, those waves touch other layers of energy, triggering a chain of resonance on the same frequency. The speed of the response does not depend on the universe, but on the clarity and focus of the water's surface. If the surface is disturbed, the reflection blurs. If it is still, the reflection becomes clear. The reflective moment occurs when the water of consciousness reaches perfect transparency. When our energy is no longer scattered by doubt or fear, the response becomes almost instantaneous. For the universe does not understand the language of wanting, it understands the language of believing. Wanting says, I don't have, while believing says, I already have. These two vibrations create two different realities. When we want, the world hears lack. When we believe, the world hears wholeness. And what the world reflects back is never the words we say, but the frequency our soul is radiating. The reflective moment is also the point where the boundary between inner and outer dissolves. Reality is no longer something separate from us, but becomes an extension of consciousness. Every event, every person, every circumstance that comes into our life acts as a living mirror, reflecting what we hold within. If we are fearful, we meet situations that give form to that fear. If we are peaceful, the world around us softens. Everything we see is merely another shape of the energy we already are. This reflection is not punishment, it is the universe's way of teaching. It allows us to see ourselves through the material world, to learn how to realign our inner energy. Every time we encounter something unpleasant, it is a reminder that a part of us still needs healing. Every time we meet something that expands our heart, it is a sign that we are in harmony with the universe's creative flow. When we understand this, we no longer fear reality, for we know we are the ones who sent the command that created it. The reflective moment is also where we recognize our true power, the power to create through presence. We do not need to struggle to change the world. We only need to change our energy. A luminous mind is a clear sky that reflects the universe vividly. A chaotic mind is a dense fog through which light can barely pass. When we understand that we are the mirror, we stop blaming the image within it. We return to clean the dust off the glass, and instantly, everything outside brightens. Reflection has no delay. Delay is merely the illusion of perception clouded by doubt. In the energetic realm, response is always immediate. When we love, we are loved. When we are grateful, we are blessed. When we fear, fear returns like an echo in a cave. The universe does not distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad. It understands only vibration and reflects it faithfully. Thus, those who know how to emit pure energy, even for a single second, alter the entire structure of the reality around them. Instant reality is not fantasy, it is the principle of resonance. When two frequencies match, they merge and amplify each other. When the human mind aligns with the frequency of what it seeks, the universe has no reason to withhold it. All boundaries dissolve, and the event manifests in the very moment of intention. Those who reach that level of coherence are often thought to be extraordinarily lucky, but in truth, they simply live in perfect alignment. The reflective moment is the universe's reminder that we have never been separated from the source of light. Reality does not come after, it is the continuation of this very moment. Each time we are fully present, undistracted, free from doubt and fear, the world instantly reshapes itself to match that state. For the universe does not follow what we say, it follows who we are. When we realize this, we step into a higher dimension of creation, where every thought becomes an action, every action a ritual, and every moment a doorway into infinite possibilities. There is no need to wait for the future to see results, because the present already contains them all. The moment we believe is the moment it exists. The moment we love is the moment we are loved. The moment we are at peace is the moment the entire world softens with us. And in that realization, humanity stops asking the universe when, because it finally understands that asterisk, everything has always been happening right now, asterisk. For the reflective moment is not a granted miracle, it is the oldest truth of the cosmos, that we and reality have never been two. We are merely seeing ourselves multiplied through the light of infinity. Amid the countless layers of motion within the universe, there exists a realm so subtle that the human eye cannot see it yet. It is precisely there that everything is born. It is the space of intersection where intention and the world meet, where the most delicate energies of human consciousness touch the creative mechanism of existence itself. Everything that happens in our lives, no matter how small or seemingly random, originates from this moment, the instant when intention leaves the mind and becomes a vibrating wave moving through the infinite field of the cosmos. When we understand this current, we begin to see something miraculous. Reality does not merely react, it collaborates. And between human beings and the universe, there is always a subtle dance, a rhythm of co-creation. Intention is the seed of every reality. It requires neither words nor specific visualization. A clear feeling alone, a desire deep enough, is sufficient for it to be sent out. Many think they are wishing, but in truth they are issuing energetic commands. Each intention is a wave emitted from the center of consciousness, and the universe, like an intelligent ocean, responds to that frequency. When intention and emotion align, the energy becomes so powerful that the boundary between imagination and reality dissolves. Everything begins to move not through effort, but through natural resonance. The flow of the instant does not operate under linear logic. It is the intersection of two forces, awareness and energy. When we perceive something with total attention, the energy of that thing immediately arises within the creative field. Just as a laser focuses light into power strong enough to cut through steel, an intention pure enough can cut through the limits of time. At that moment, the outer world is nothing more than the instantaneous reaction of the inner current. However, most people cannot feel this current because their minds are divided, half remembering the past, half worrying about the future. Intention has nowhere to settle, no focus to generate a wave. The energy is dispersed, so the response is faint. But when we return to the present moment where mind, emotion, and body are synchronized, the flow opens instantly. Everything begins to unfold effortlessly, as if life itself were moving with us rather than against us. The material world is not separate from the energetic one, it is merely its condensed form. Just as water turns to ice when temperature changes, energy condenses into reality when vibration becomes strong and stable enough. When intention is held in consistency, it starts shaping the surrounding environment. Synchronicities appear, the right people step in, opportunities open up, and everything seems to happen on its own. In truth, nothing happens by accident. It is simply our energy being instantly reflected. The flow of the instant moves in silence. It is not loud, not performative, not in need of proof. It is as light as breath, yet as powerful as cosmic wind. When we are still within, the flow becomes clear. The more peaceful we are, the stronger the signal. The more we strive, the more it distorts. The universe does not understand the language of effort, it understands the language of trust. Thus, those who believe without the need for evidence always see what they desire come easily, while those who doubt must wait long, for their energy has not yet reached coherence. The point where intention and the world meet is the intersection between wanting and allowing. When we want something, energy begins to move, but only when we allow meaning, we release control. Stop worrying and let go of urgency can that energy find space to manifest. If intention is the first drum beat, allowing is the pause that gives the melody harmony. Without both, the rhythm breaks. The flow of the instant functions fully only when sender and receiver ourselves and the universe move in sync. In the quantum world, all possibilities exist simultaneously. We do not create a new possibility, we select a frequency from the infinite field, awaiting observation. Intention is precisely that act of observation. When we focus on something, we choose it from the sea of endless potential. When we doubt, we choose the frequency of lack. When we believe, we choose the frequency of fulfillment. The universe is not biased, it simply illuminates the part we look at. And in the very moment we look with faith, what we see begins to become real. The flow of the instant does not obey human time. It exists beyond clocks, beyond distance. A thought born here can be answered across the world, for energy is not bound by space. That is why people can sense each other even when thousands of miles apart, or why a gentle blessing can calm another's heart. When we grasp this law, we begin to live more responsibly with each thought. For every vibration is a seed sown into the infinite field, and each will germinate in its own way. The flow of the instant also proves that humanity is not small. We are not grains of sand lost in the cosmic desert. We are the center through which the universe experiences itself. When we realize this, every breath becomes sacred. Every choice, every word, every action carries the power to shape the space around us. Those who understand this no longer ask, "How can I change the world?" but rather, "What frequency am I emitting right now?" For they know that when the frequency changes, the world rearranges itself. To enter the flow of the instant, we do not need to learn to do more, but to be less doubtful, less analytical, less controlling. Let energy function as it naturally does. Let intention fall into the ocean of creation like a stone dropped into water. It will create its own ripples, find its own path of expansion, and meet the right elements to take form. Our task is not to make the wave move, but to refrain from throwing in another stone that disturbs it. When intention and the world meet, there is no longer any distance between the inner and the outer. All boundaries dissolve. At that moment, we feel a profound union where action and result, creator and creation, dreamer and dream become one. Everything happens not because of us, but through us. And we understand that we are no longer seekers, but gateways through which the creative current of the universe flows continuously, endlessly, right now. The flow of the instant does not teach us how to control reality, it teaches us how to dissolve into it. When we stop asking when and simply breathe with the moment, we realize that what we seek has been here all along. It has only been waiting for us to be still enough to appear. For between intention and the world, there is no distance, only a stream of energy flowing gently, precisely, and instantly. This universe is not operated by language, but by frequency. Everything from the smallest photon to the largest galactic cluster vibrates. Every vibration carries within it a blueprint, an invisible command that shapes the form of matter. When we understand this, we begin to see clearly that human beings are not creatures living times in times the material world, but souls, times shaping, times the world through their own energy. And that energy is continuously emitted through every thought, every heartbeat, every emotion, every breath. If we could see with energetic vision, we would perceive an ocean of waves constantly oscillating around each human being. Each thought radiates like a pulse of light, spreading out and interacting with billions of other waves within the cosmic field. These waves meet, interfere, amplify, or cancel one another, then crystallize into the reality we experience. The world we live in is not imposed from the outside. It is the result of countless energetic interferences in which our own vibration is the most powerful center. Every emotion has its own frequency: joy, gratitude, love. These are high light, expansive vibrations that attract energies of the same kind. Fear, anger, resentment, these are low, heavy, constricting vibrations that draw in corresponding experiences. This is not abstract philosophy, but the natural mechanics of energy. When we emit a specific frequency, we cannot receive anything outside of that frequency. Just like a musical instrument, only strings tuned to the same pitch will resonate when a note is struck. The universe does not judge us as right or wrong. It simply responds faithfully to the energy we send out. When we constantly vibrate in fear, situations colored by fear will arise to reflect it. When we shift our vibration into trust, the world begins to change, not because a miracle happens outside, but because the frequency within us has transformed. The universe is a mirror, and the mirror never refuses to reflect. In the mechanics of energy, asterisk focus times is the decisive factor. Wherever we place our attention, energy flows there. When we continually think about lack, we feed energy into that very lack. When we focus on gratitude, we amplify what is worthy of gratitude. Energy does not distinguish between wanting and not wanting. It only knows what we are vibrating with. Therefore, instead of resisting what we fear, what we must do is shift our frequency toward what we desire. Focus not to force, but to choose vibration. When we understand the mechanics of energy, we realize that all creation begins with the inner state. A person may speak positive words, but if deep within lies doubt, the true vibration emitted is still one of disbelief. The universe does not hear words, it feels frequency. Therefore, the master of energy does not need to pretend to be positive. They simply need to be times authentic, times aligned in thought, emotion, and belief. When these three merge, energy reaches a unified state, and that unity is the most powerful creative command. Imagine that within each person there is a spherical field of light, constantly radiant. This field is the map of our vibration. When our emotional state changes, this map shifts. When we are in trust, the light expands. When we are in fear, it contracts. This change immediately influences the space around us. People nearby can sense it not through words, but through presence. A peaceful person can calm an entire room because they emit a frequency that harmonizes the surrounding energy. That is how energy spreads, not through force, but through resonance. And within that resonance, we see a profound law. Asterisk, asterisk, vibration is command. Asterisk, asterisk. No pleading, no proving, only becoming the vibration itself. If we seek love, we must become the frequency of love. If we seek peace, we must become the frequency of stillness. If we seek abundance, we must times feel times abundance right now. When we vibrate at that frequency, we no longer want anything for, in energetic terms. Wanting means lacking. Only when we times become times what we seek can the universe reflect it instantly. The mechanics of energy teach us that physical action is only the visible tip of the iceberg. The hidden part, the one that truly determines results, is vibration. We may do much, but if our actions are driven by fear, that energy will still create scarcity. We may do little, but if our actions stem from peace, that energy opens unimaginable paths. Therefore, those who understand energy do not ask, "What must I do?" but "Who am I being in this moment?" When the answer is, "I am trust," every action naturally becomes effective. Energy cannot lie. It is more honest than any word, more revealing than any intention. It exposes who we truly are, even when we try to hide it. But the beautiful truth is that energy is also flexible. We can change our frequency at any time. A single slowed breath, a moment of gratitude, 1 second of stillness is enough to recalibrate the entire energetic field. Transformation does not require long time, only deep awareness. For awareness itself is the switch that turns on consciousness. And when light is on, darkness loses all power to remain. In the subtle mechanics of energy, there is no reward, no punishment, only precise response. The universe is not biased toward anyone, nor does it overlook anyone. It operates as a perfect system, where every vibration is met with a matching frequency. Understanding this, humans cease to beg, to blame, to judge. Instead, they learn to fine-tune themselves like a musician tuning strings to create harmonious sound. When the inner frequency reaches balance, the music of life resonates in perfect harmony. And that is when humanity touches true creative power. No longer needing force to change circumstances, we simply adjust energy. When vibration changes, the world changes. When the heart expands, reality expands. When faith deepens, the response quickens. Everything begins from within, where each vibration of the soul is writing the blueprint of the universe. The mechanics of energy are not something mystical, but a self-evident truth that humanity is slowly remembering. Every prayer, every miracle, every sacred coincidence follows this same law. Vibration is the only language the universe understands, and when we speak it not with the mouth, but with the whole soul, the world listens instantly, without waiting, without proof. For in the moment, we become the frequency of what we desire. Asterisk, asterisk, that vibration has already become a creative command, asterisk, asterisk, and the universe knows only one way to respond. Asterisk, yes, so it shall be. Asterisk. Amid the countless frequencies intertwining in the energetic field of the universe, there exists a special kind of vibration, pure, transparent, and precise to absolute perfection. It is the frequency of the soul when it is no longer veiled by fear, doubt, or desire. This frequency does not seek to impose, prove, or hasten to see results. It simply times is times light as breath, deep as the ocean, radiant as dawn. When a person reaches this pure frequency, everything around them begins to naturally realign to match it. No effort, no calculation is needed, only resonance, and the universe takes care of the rest. The pure frequency is the state in which the energies within and without merge as one. There is no longer any gap between words and emotions, between intention and belief, between desire and action. Everything becomes coherent, like a bell ringing without discord. When the frequency reaches that level of harmony, the universe responds instantly, not because the person commands it to, but because they have become a perfect center of resonance where all other vibrations return to form a chord. But to touch that purity, one must learn an art that seems simple yet is the most difficult of all. The art of returning inward. In a world filled with noise, we easily mistake the voice of the soul for the echo of fear. Whenever the mind is in chaos, energy becomes distorted and the frequency we emit turns opaque. In that state, no matter how strong our intention, the signal is too unclear for the universe to hear. Like a radio off its station, all we receive is static. But when the mind quiets, the noise dissolves, and our true frequency begins to sing clear, precise, unwavering. The purity of energy does not come from suppressing emotion, but from seeing through it. When we dare to face fear without running or repressing it, we dissolve the resistance hidden beneath. Each time we embrace a dark part of ourselves, the light within grows stronger. Every time we stop striving for perfection, energy naturally returns to its original state, and that is purity. It does not mean being without cracks, but that the light is strong enough to shine through them all. The pure frequency cannot be faked. It does not arise from saying positive words, but from genuinely feeling peace within. A person may speak of love, but if deep down they still doubt, the energy emitted still carries the vibration of lack. Conversely, someone quiet and sincere, even without words, can make others feel warmth, because energy does not hear words, it hears authenticity. The absolute precision of inner harmony comes not from striving, but from truth. Only when we are true to ourselves does the universe respond truthfully to us. Each person carries within them a unique scale, the music of their soul. When we live in tune with our own frequency, that melody harmonizes with the song of the universe. But when we imitate others or force ourselves to follow a rhythm that is not ours, our energy falls out of tune. This dissonance is the root of exhaustion and disconnection, for the universe cannot resonate with what is artificial. It only resonates with truth. When we pause, take a deep breath, and return to our natural rhythm, everything falls back into place. The right things begin to appear, as if the world had simply been waiting for us to return to our original frequency. The pure frequency is a state of absolute trust, but not blind faith. It is a silent confidence that needs no reason, like a seed knowing it will become a tree even before seeing the sunday. This faith is not based on evidence, but on a deep inner knowing that the universe always knows the way. When we believe like this, our energy stops oscillating. The signal we emit becomes as clear as a laser beam, touching the infinite field and receiving an immediate response. No pleading, no persuasion, because in the mechanics of resonance, asterisk, purity itself is command. Asterisk. The absolute precision of the pure frequency lies in the fact that it never errs. The universe never misinterprets the frequency of a luminous heart. When a soul reaches this state, everything around it falls into balance. They walk lightly, yet every step aligns perfectly with the rhythm of the cosmos. There are no longer chaotic coincidences, only intentional synchronicities, doors opening at the exact right time, meetings occurring precisely when needed, not because they control reality, but because reality adjusts itself to them. Inner harmony is not about keeping the mind still at all times, but about returning to balance more swiftly after every disturbance. The truly attuned person does not avoid waves. They learn to times become times the water. Even when the wind rises, they still reflect the moon perfectly. They know emotions are only ripples, while essence is the ocean. And in holding that awareness, they emit a stable frequency, the vibration of life unconditioned by circumstances. To reach the absolute precision of pure frequency, one must learn something that seems small yet is foundational: conscious stillness. When we sit quietly and do not let the mind wander, energy begins to realign itself. Just as water clears when we stop stirring it, in stillness the sediment settles and the water becomes transparent. In that silence, we can feel our true vibration, see where within us the rhythm is distorted, and every mindful breath becomes a tuning of the soul's strings. When the sound within us matches the sound of the universe, we realize that miracles were never far away. They are times this, times breath, asterisk this, times moment, asterisk this, times state of being. The pure frequency is the stage at which energy no longer resists, no longer scatters. It does not need proof, recognition, or immediate results. It simply knows that asterisk, asterisk, every pure vibration is a perfect signal, asterisk, asterisk. And so, in the quiet of trust, everything unfolds with unimaginable precision, not too fast, not too slow, not a beat off. Everything arrives at the right time, with the right people, in the right place, as though guided by an invisible hand. Yet there is no hand at all, only perfect resonance between the soul and the rhythm of creation. When a person lives in the pure frequency, they no longer seek certainty, for they times are times certainty itself. They no longer need to protect themselves, for they know their energy is their strongest shield. They no longer ask, why is this happening? For they see clearly that everything is right. And in that understanding, they move through the world like light, through crystal unstained, leaving no trace, only a soft glow where they have passed. For ultimately, the pure frequency is not merely a state of energy, it is the embodiment of pure love, the kind of love that asks for nothing, fears nothing, and depends on nothing, the love through which the universe eternally sings of itself. When we stand before a mirror, the image reflected back to us does not miss a single detail. It does not judge, it does not choose, it does not say this is beautiful or that is ugly. It simply tells the truth. The universe is the same. It is not a distant deity observing from afar, but a vast mirror reflecting every vibration emitted by our soul. Everything we see, everyone we meet, every circumstance we pass through is an extension of ourselves, mirrored outward so that we may perceive our inner essence. Once we understand this, we stop blaming life, stop asking, why is this happening to me? And begin to listen to the vibration we are sending out. The material world is merely the reflective surface of the energetic one. Every thought, every emotion is a wave that goes out, and the universe returns the exact frequency of that wave. When we vibrate with faith, we encounter those who bring faith. When we vibrate with doubt, we meet circumstances that deepen our doubt. The universe neither rewards nor punishes, it simply responds faithfully, for its very nature is absolute fairness. Not the fairness of morality, but the fairness of energy, where everything can only resonate with that which shares its frequency. Many say life is unfair, but the truth is the universe cannot make mistakes. It has no capacity for favoritism. Every vibration we send, it records and reflects exactly like an echo in the mountains. Call in a low voice and you hear a low echo. Call in a high voice and you hear a high echo. Call in fear and you receive situations that make you afraid. Call in gratitude and you receive reasons to be thankful. This law is so simple that it almost goes unseen, and yet in its simplicity, it encompasses all things. Those who understand that the universe is a mirror no longer try to fix the mirror. They do not blame the reflection for not pleasing them. They know that to change the image, they need only change their own expression. When we change within, the outer reflection shifts instantly. The universe is never slow, only we are not yet subtle enough to perceive its feedback. Sometimes the reflection does not come through words, but through sensations, intuitions, and coincidences that seem random yet carry unmistakable messages. In the mirror of the universe, not only light but also shadow is reflected. The parts we avoid, hide, or deny reappear through other people and situations so that we may recognize them. The universe does not do this to punish us, but to offer us a chance to heal. Every conflict is a mirror showing us an unresolved part of ourselves. Every wound is a mirror reminding us of an area of energy that needs light. Those who understand this are grateful even for their pain, for it is merely a mirror pointing them toward growth. And because the universe reflects, truthfully, nothing can be hidden. Even if we speak beautiful words, if resentment still lingers within, our energy still vibrates with resentment, and the outer results cannot be peaceful. Many wonder why they think positively, yet everything still turns negative, not realizing that asterisk, the universe does not reflect thoughts, it reflects emotional frequency. Asterisk, it is not what we say, but what we truly feel that becomes the signal sent out. Emotion is the language the universe understands best. Imagine life as a continuous hall of mirrors. Each day, we pass through hundreds of reflections, the eyes of others, the outcomes of our work, words, unexpected events. Each mirror says one thing: this is the frequency you are emitting. If the reflection brings joy, it means we are in harmony. If it brings pain, it means something within us is calling to be seen. When we stop reacting and begin observing, the mirror transforms into a teacher, and we learn the greatest lesson of the spiritual journey. Asterisk, nothing happens against us, everything happens for us. Asterisk. Some may ask, if the universe only reflects, do we truly have free will? The answer is yes, because we are the ones who choose the frequency for the universe to reflect. Freedom does not lie in controlling the external, but in adjusting the internal. When we choose the vibration of love, the world cannot help but respond with love. When we choose the vibration of fear, the world cannot help but bring reasons to fear. True freedom is the ability to choose the frequency we live in, and because the universe is perfectly honest, we always receive exactly what we emit. Seeing the universe as a mirror also helps us understand the power of forgiveness. When we are angry at someone, we trap ourselves in the frequency of anger. The mirror can only reflect what we project. When we forgive, the energy is released, and the mirror reflects that freedom through lighter experiences. Forgiveness is not because the other deserves it, but because we deserve to see a brighter image of ourselves. When we let go, the mirror clears, the reflection becomes beautiful, and the world softens again. The universe also reflects gratitude in miraculous ways. A grateful person need not say thank you endlessly. They only need to feel it sincerely. The universe senses that vibration like a pure note and responds with circumstances that give even more reasons to be thankful. That is why those who live in gratitude seem always blessed, not because they are special, but because they emit a frequency that attracts blessings. And ultimately we realize that the mirror of the universe is not out there. It is everywhere, in everyone we meet, in every event, in every moment. Each reflection is simply inviting us to see ourselves more clearly, more honestly, more deeply. When we stop resisting the reflection and begin to love it, the mirror dissolves, only unity remains. The inner and outer become one. In that moment, we no longer times look at times the universe. We times see through times the universe. We no longer gaze times into times the mirror. We times are times the mirror. And in that moment, the observer, the image observed, and the reflecting mirror are no longer separate. There remains only one reality where every vibration of the soul is manifested instantly, where there is no one creating and nothing being created, only the infinite reflection of light beholding itself. When humanity reaches that awareness, it stops asking, "What is the universe trying to tell me?" because it understands. The universe does not speak, it asterisk reflects. Asterisk. And within each reflection, the soul is seen, understood, and remembered once again. There exists a power greater than any form of strength humanity has ever pursued. It does not lie in victory, control, or the ability to make the world obey one's will. That power comes from stillness, from the capacity to stand in the midst of all turbulence without losing one's center, from refusing to let the world determine one's vibration, and instead allowing inner peace to determine how one perceives the world. It is the power of the master, the one who wears not the throne of control, but the crown of serenity. The crown of mastery is not granted, but received when the soul matures enough to no longer need to prove itself. In an age where everything points outward, where people are consumed by noise, comparison, and the hunger for validation, the one who knows how to stand still is rare. They do not stand still out of fear, but out of understanding. They no longer feel compelled to react to every disturbance, for they have realized when we react, we lose energy. When we observe, we master it. Their silence is not weakness, it is the highest form of strength, the strength of one who no longer needs to fight. Mastery is not domination, it is harmony. A true master does not force the world to change, they move in rhythm with it. Like the moon that never touches the ocean yet moves the tides, the master does not control anyone yet naturally brings harmony to all around them. They do not speak much, do not preach, do not strain to attract positive energy. They simply times are times pure, still, unwavering. And it is precisely that steadiness that makes their energy the stabilizing center of the world around them. The power of the master lies in their ability not to be deceived by illusion. They understand that the universe is a mirror and reflections cannot touch the one who looks. When the world ripples, they know it is only the surface, not the essence. When others judge, they are not hurt, for they understand judgment is the mirror of the one judging, not of the one being judged. When life challenges them, they do not retreat, but look deeply into the lesson within. To them, everything is an opportunity to remember their true nature. Nothing can truly threaten an awakened soul. The crown of mastery is not made of gold, but of awareness. Every time we choose calm over reaction, a new gem is set upon it. Every time we hold love amid the storm, another light appears upon its rim. The master does not need recognition, for this crown is not meant to be seen by others. It shines only in the energetic realm, visible to those who have walked through storms and recognize the radiance of one who has emerged whole. The master does not need to win, for they no longer play the game of winning and losing. The moment we seek victory, we have admitted defeat exists. The moment we argue over right and wrong, we have stepped away from the center of truth. But the true master knows that everything is merely a different expression of the same flow of energy. Winning and losing are two ends of the same rhythm. When we rise above that rhythm, we see that everything is right, only viewed from different angles. And in that understanding, we are free. Stillness is not passivity, but complete presence. When the mind is calm, action becomes precise. When the mind is restless, action becomes chaotic. The master is not someone who sits idly and ignores the world, but one who acts only when the energy is clear. They act not out of fear of missing opportunity, but out of knowing it is the right moment. Like a sailor who understands that if the wind has not yet come, rowing is only wasted effort. When the wind blows, they simply raise the sail, and that is enough. Quiet power does not come from suppressing emotions, but from seeing through them. The master feels every emotion deeply, but is not carried away by them. They can be angry, yet kind, hurt, yet luminous, loving, yet unattached. They let every emotion pass through them like the wind through a field, without clinging, without pushing away. Thus, their energy remains clear, light, and free. That is why they cannot be shaken, because they cling to nothing that could be pulled away. In silence, the master hears what the noisy world cannot: the voice of intuition, the whisper of guidance, the rhythm of the cosmos. They know when to pause, when to move, when to speak, and when to remain quiet. They act not out of fear, but out of knowing. And that knowing does not come from thought, but from direct perception, as if their whole being were an antenna attuned to the frequencies of the universe. This is the wisdom of stillness, wisdom not born of reasoning, but of presence. The master does not try to maintain high energy. They understand that energy adjusts itself when we are honest with ourselves. There are bright days and dim days, moments of joy and moments of silence. But they do not fear the dark, for they know it is merely where the light has not yet reached. When darkness comes, they do not resist, they light a lamp. And because of that, their energy does not waver. True stability does not come from being perpetually happy, but from keeping the light, even in sadness. The crown of mastery is not for those who wish to rule others, but for those who have ruled themselves, those no longer controlled by reaction, no longer dragged by the mind into spirals of anxiety, those who can stand amid life's storm and still keep a deep breath, a soft smile, and a clear gaze. When you look at them, you feel a strange kind of power. Not the power that makes others fear, but the power that makes them trust. It is the power that every spiritual teacher has spoken of. Asterisk, asterisk, the power of stillness. Asterisk, asterisk. It needs no proof, no argument, no control, only presence. For in that presence, the world naturally balances itself. Trees stand upright, not because they try to, but because their roots are deep. Humans are the same. When the root is peace, every wind becomes simply nature's song. The one who wears the crown of mastery is no longer pressured by time, nor ruled by the world. They know when to act and when to be still, and in every circumstance they hold firm to their inner axis of light. That is a power. No one can take away the power of one who has returned home to themselves. For in the end, mastery is not control over life, but asterisk, asterisk freedom in all circumstances. Asterisk, asterisk. And when the soul reaches that level, the crown of mastery is no longer a symbol but a way of being. They walk neither proud nor bowed, but gently as the wind, steadfast as the mountain. They do not seek safety, for they times are times safety itself. They do not seek light, for they times are times the source of light. And thus, in silence, they emit an invisible radiance, not a light that shines to be admired, but one that reminds the world. Within each of us already lies such a crown, waiting only for us to be still enough to wear it. Life is like a vast ocean. Every day, every moment, waves of emotion rise and fall, blending joy and sorrow, hope and disappointment, love and hurt. No one can escape these waves. Emotion is a part of life, as the tides are the breath of the sea. But what distinguishes the one swept away from the one who masters themselves is asterisk. Asterisk, the art of standing amid the waves. Asterisk, asterisk, the ability to keep the light within the heart, even as the waters churn all around. Emotion is not the enemy. It is the language of the soul, the way the inner world communicates with the outer. When we fear, when we grieve, when we rage, it is not our fault. It is a sign that a part of us is calling to be understood, loved, and healed. Yet, most people never learn to listen to emotion. They learn to avoid it. They label emotions as positive or negative, then try to push the heavy ones out of their minds. What they do not realize is that by resisting emotion, they only make the waves rise higher. Emotion is like water. The more you suppress it, the stronger it surges back. The art of standing amid the waves is not about suppressing emotion, but about asterisk, asterisk, seeing it clearly without dissolving into it. Asterisk, asterisk, like one standing on the shore, watching the waves crash without jumping into them. When we observe emotion with awareness instead of reacting, we begin to open a space between us and it. That space is where light appears, the sacred gap between emotion and essence, where the observer and the observed stand apart. Within that quiet space, we are no longer victims of emotion, but witnesses to it. When anger flares, pause, breathe deeply, and feel it in the body without analysis, without judgment, just awareness. Emotion is energy, and energy only needs to be seen to dissolve. When we dare to face it directly, it loses its power. Anger ceases to be fire that burns and becomes light, illuminating an old wound waiting to heal. Every emotion carries a message, and the one who stands amid the waves is the one calm enough to read that message. Some people think enlightenment means the absence of emotion, that the higher one rises, the less they feel sadness, anger, or fear. But that is a misunderstanding. Enlightenment is not the disappearance of waves, it is the ability to stand steady in them without losing the sunrise within. The light does not vanish when the storm comes, it is merely hidden by clouds. And the awakened one knows the clouds can never truly touch the sunday. They do not try to chase the clouds away, they simply wait for them to pass. In the world of energy, emotion is a natural flow. When we let it pass through, energy circulates. When we hold it back, energy stagnates. And stagnation is the root of all suffering. Many people spend their lives in resistance, resisting sadness, loneliness, loss. What drains them is not the sadness itself, but the resistance to it. When we allow ourselves to feel completely, neither adding nor subtracting emotion melts away like mist under sunlight. The art of standing amid the waves is also the art of accepting impermanence. Every emotion has its cycle: birth, expansion, and dissolution. No emotion lasts forever unless we cling to it. Joy passes, sorrow passes. Only awareness remains. When we understand that emotions are merely guests, we no longer let them rule the house of the mind. We welcome them, listen, and let them go with gratitude, for every emotion, whether heavy or light, helps us understand ourselves more deeply. Those who know how to stand amid the waves are not cold. They possess a rare warmth. They feel everything deeply, yet they do not drown in it. They can cry, but their tears are clear, untainted by resistance. They can hurt, but within their pain glows the light of awareness. And because of that, they never collapse. Emotion comes and goes, leaving behind a quiet space, and in that space, light expands. When emotion dissolves, what remains is purity, the radiant stillness that shines from within. Emotion is like the ocean. The deeper it is, the calmer it becomes. The surface may be turbulent, but the depths are always still. The one who masters emotion is the one who has reached that depth within themselves. They do not fear the waves because they know they are not the surface, they are the ocean itself. And when we become the ocean, nothing can drown us anymore. Many ask, how can I stay calm when the world keeps changing? The answer does not lie in trying to hold on, but in asterisk, letting go. Asterisk. Everything in life, emotions, circumstances, people comes and goes. When we stop clinging, we stop fearing loss. When we stop fearing loss, we are free. And within that freedom, calmness naturally appears. Not a forced calmness, but one born of deep understanding that asterisk, nothing is ever truly lost, only transformed. Asterisk. The one who stands amid the waves knows that every storm has its cycle, and after every surge, the sea grows clearer. Each time we move through an intense emotion, we are no longer the same. Fear dissolves, leaving strength. Sadness dissolves, leaving wisdom. Anger dissolves, leaving compassion. Emotion dissolves, and light remains that is true spiritual maturity. When we practice standing amid the waves, we learn to listen to ourselves without being ruled by what we hear. When angry, we do not deny it. When sad, we do not despair. When joyful, we do not forget that change will come again. We learn to love our emotions without identifying with them. And through this process, we gradually become the light itself, the light that does not fade when the waves rise, that does not change color when the water muddies, that is unmoved by any storm life brings. For ultimately, the art of standing amid the waves does not teach us how to avoid the storm. It teaches us how to become the dawn after the storm. When emotion dissolves, the light remains, the light of awareness, of peace, of unconditional love. And in that moment, we realize the deepest truth, that we were not born to escape the waves of life, but to learn how to asterisk dance with them, asterisk, in the serene freedom of a soul that has remembered it is the ocean itself. Have you ever wondered why some things you long for never seem to arrive, even though you have prayed, acted, and believed? Why do some dreams that seem so close suddenly feel pulled back, slowed down, or fade away? The universe never refuses the soul's invitation. It responds the moment the signal is sent. Yet sometimes between intention and manifestation, a gap appears, a layer of time that seems to stretch. This delay is not the universe's fault, but a mirror reflecting the degree of conflict within our own inner world. In the mechanics of energy, time does not flow evenly. It expands or contracts according to the vibrational frequency of the observer. When the mind is unified, when emotion and belief move in the same direction, time almost disappears, intention and result merge. But when the inner world is divided, when one part of us believes, while another part doubts, the flow of energy slows. That is when delay appears. It is not that the universe isn't ready, but that we have not yet fully allowed it to happen. Inner conflict is the invisible resistance to creation. It is not as loud as fear, nor as obvious as doubt. It exists quietly beneath the surface of awareness. We may say, I believe I deserve it, yet somewhere in the subconscious, a whisper asks, but is it really possible for me? That small question is enough to split energy into two currents, one pushing forward, the other pulling back. When these two forces meet, the movement slows, like a car pressing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. The engine is fine, but it cannot move far. The universe does not judge our conflict. It simply reflects it. When energy is divided, the results mirror that division. We receive half of what we desire and half of what we fear. We take one step forward, then get pulled one step back. We believe the world is resisting us, when in truth, the world is being perfectly honest. It only mirrors what we project. Delay, therefore, is not punishment. It is a reminder. It gives us a chance to turn inward and ask, which part of me does not truly believe? Which part of me is afraid of what I am asking for? Each time we answer these questions, the delay shortens. When the conflict dissolves, time becomes instantaneous again. For in the realm of energy, there is no slow or fast, only the clarity of the signal. Inner conflict is not a flaw, it is transformation in motion. When we move toward a higher frequency, the older energy, the parts made of fear and limitation, rise to the surface to be seen and released. That process creates the sensation of delay. But in truth, nothing is late. Only the old is dissolving to make space for the new. If we are patient, the delay becomes refinement. If we are impatient, we call it frustration. What prolongs the delay is resistance to the delay itself. When we keep asking, why isn't it here yet? Why hasn't it happened? Our energy shifts to the frequency of lack. The universe responds by maintaining that exact state, not as punishment, but because it can only mirror what we are. When we stop demanding, when we accept that everything is unfolding perfectly, we step out of the frequency of lack and the delay shortens instantly. In acceptance, energy becomes seamless and the universe only needs a seamless flow to create. Decoding the delay is learning to listen between the beats of desire. Time slows not to discourage us, but to fine-tune our vibration into precision. Like a musician tuning an instrument, if they rush, the sound will be off-key. The universe does not send out an out-of-tune symphony. It waits until faith and belief strike the same note. Then the symphony begins, effortlessly. Inner conflict often stems from old beliefs, the phrases we heard since childhood. Life is hard. You have to suffer to earn good things. Good fortune isn't for people like us. These become baseline frequencies in the subconscious. Even when the conscious mind wants positivity, the foundational energy still hums the old tune, and the universe, being the most honest mirror, can only reflect that tone. When we recognize and heal those root beliefs, the flow becomes unobstructed. Then we no longer need to wait, because nothing stands in the way of flow. One way to dissolve delay is through asterisk, the practice of inner alignment. Asterisk. Write down what you want, then listen to how your body and heart feel. If a part of you feels uneasy or doubtful, don't push it away. Speak to it gently as you would to a frightened child. Ask, what are you afraid of? Then listen deeply. When fear is understood, it dissolves. When the inner world becomes whole, energy no longer splits, and what you desire can manifest right here, right now. Delay also teaches us the great lesson of unconditional trust. Trust not because we times see asterisk, but because we times know asterisk. When we only believe after seeing proof, we are using the mind, and the mind always needs time. But when we believe through the soul, time is unnecessary. That is why those who believe with their soul often see results arrive swiftly, while those who believe with logic experience delay. They are waiting for evidence. The universe is not slow, it is the mind that invented the concept of slow. If we look deeper, we will see that delay is a gift. It is the pause between two notes of creation. Without that pause, the symphony would be only noise. In the silence of delay, we are invited to return to ourselves, to refine, release, and rebalance. When we stop forcing time, time melts into eternity. And in that moment, everything happens the instant we no longer times it to Those who understand this law no longer fear delay. They see in it a perfect intelligence. When something has not yet arrived, they know that energy is still aligning within. They do not rush, blame, or doubt. They know that if the universe hasn't delivered yet, what is coming will be greater, deeper, and truer. And in that trust, they become light. And when energy is light, delay dissolves. Ultimately, decoding delay is not about controlling time, but realizing that asterisk time has never truly existed. Asterisk, there is only alignment or misalignment. When mind and soul speak the same language, reality responds instantly. When they conflict, we perceive time as the illusion of a flow divided. But once the inner world unifies, the illusion fades, and we realize that what we sought was never in the future. It was always here, waiting for us to become ready to receive. And in that moment, time stops. There is no someday, no when. Only asterisk, now asterisk, where everything once delayed becomes real, where delay itself is revealed as a patient teacher, having taught us the greatest truth of creation, that the universe never slows us down, we slow ourselves. And we are also the ones who can make everything instantaneous again with a single, complete heartbeat of faith. Some intentions radiate like beams of light, piercing through everything, shaking the very fabric of space. Yet others, however beautiful in words, fade midway as if the universe never heard them. The difference does not lie in the strength of desire, but in the clarity of the energy being sent. When an intention is pure enough, it cuts through every layer of doubt and every wall of the mind, going straight into the creative field of the universe. When an intention is clouded, mixed with worry, fear, or the need to control it, scatters in all directions, and the universe can only respond with partial, blurred results. The transparency of intention is the state in which the soul emits a pure signal, untainted by the need to prove or by personal craving. A transparent intention does not need to be shouted, repeated, or forced into belief. It simply arises from the deepest place within, where there is no division between I want to have and I deserve to have. At that moment, intention becomes the natural command of energy, and the universe, like a vast crystal, reflects it back with absolute precision. A crystal is only clear when free of dust. The human mind is the same. When filled with worry, jealousy, fear, or desire, the energy of intention becomes veiled. It cannot travel in a straight line. It bends, refracts, and distorts. People think they are sending the signal, I want love, but beneath it vibrates, I am lonely. They believe they are asking for abundance, but inside still resonates the energy of lack. And the universe, honest as a mirror, hears only the true frequency beneath, never the disguise. A transparent intention is not born from desire, but from knowing. Desire says, I need that to be happy. Knowing says, I already am happiness, and that is coming because it fits. One radiates the frequency of lack, the other the frequency of wholeness. When intention is sent from a state of completeness, the universe no longer needs time to respond, it simply reflects immediately. But when intention arises from lack, the energy must first go through purification, and that is the delay we so often feel. For intention to become transparent, it must first pass through the filter of trust. Every doubt is a speck of dust on the crystal. When we doubt, light scatters. When we trust, light travels straight. Trust is not the strained act of saying, I believe, but the effortless state of knowing without proof. Like a seed that never worries whether it will sprout, it simply trusts the soil, the sun, and the rain. That is pure trust, the kind that speaks no words. yet the whole universe hears. The transparency of intention allows no double motives. When we both want and fear, both believe and control, both wish for something to come, yet fear it might change us, our energy becomes conflicted. And conflict is the shadow of the crystal. Light cannot pass through where shadow resides. Shadow is not the enemy, it simply shows that some part of us has not yet been honest. Therefore, purifying intention is not about asterisk, adding more faith, but about asterisk, removing the veils, asterisk, not about doing more, but about being truer. Honesty with oneself is the beginning of all transparency. Ask yourself, why do I truly want this? If the answer comes from fear of lack, rejection, or inadequacy, then it is not an intention, but a reaction. Reaction creates distorted energy, and distortion creates distorted results. But if the intention arises from peace, gratitude, and unconditional love for life itself, that energy aligns with the creative source. And the result cannot fail to come, for it is no longer what I want, but asterisk, what naturally must be, asterisk. A transparent intention has no deadline. When we impose time, we subconsciously tell the universe that we do not trust its rhythm. When we relax and allow the intention to travel its own path, energy expands, it is no longer strangled. The universe moves by its own rhythm, and that rhythm is always more precise than we imagine. Some things do not arrive early because if they did, we would not yet be ready to receive them. Some things do not arrive late because if they did, our faith would falter. Everything is orchestrated with the precision of light, and light never makes mistakes. Imagine each intention as a beam of light projected from the heart. When that beam is clear, it travels straight into the center of the creative field where energy crystallizes into form. But if that beam carries shadows of fear, doubt, or effort, it bends, loses direction, or rebounds upon the sender. This is why we sometimes feel exhausted, because our own energy is resisting itself. To release it, we must do only one thing: stop striving and become transparent. Transparency does not mean coldness or indifference. It is the state in which emotion and intention both turn toward the light. When we say, "I choose peace," but inside still tremble with fear, that is a cloudy intention. When we say, "I trust the journey," and truly feel calm even without seeing results, that is a clear intention. A clear intention does not need proof because it does not look outward. It knows that the universe is a mirror, and a mirror can only reflect when its surface is clean. Purifying intention is one of the most delicate practices on the spiritual path. It does not come from intellect, but from stillness. When we sit quietly without trying to change anything, the heavy layers of energy naturally fall away. Like muddy water settling into clarity, the mind becomes transparent. In that state, intention no longer needs to be times made. Times arises. Asterisk. It comes not from the mind that wants to control, but from the heart that wishes to serve. And every intention born of service is supported by the universe because it moves in harmony with the purpose of the whole. The transparency of intention is also the mark of a mature soul. When we are young in spirit, we pray to receive. When we mature, we intend to give. The transparent being does not ask, "What will I get?" but instead, "What goodness will this energy bring to the whole?" When that question arises, intention ceases to be personal and becomes a wave of the universe itself. And the universe, recognizing itself in that wave, responds with fulfillment beyond measure. Ultimately, the crystal without shadow is not something distant. It exists here and now in every moment we live authentically. When we do not say what we do not believe. When we do not act against the will of the heart. When every thought, emotion, and action reflects the same light, then we no longer need to strengthen our intention, for it times is times light. And light, when no longer obstructed by darkness, needs no movement. It asterisk only needs to exist, asterisk, and the entire universe mirrors it back in the perfection of its own brilliance. There comes a moment in the soul's evolution when we realize that every attempt to control this world only pushes us further away from it. We try to hold on, yet everything slips through our fingers. We try to arrange things, yet the universe rearranges them, and when we are exhausted, we finally let go. In that moment, not in surrender, but in the times right kind of release time, something miraculous happens. All things begin to move on their own. The flow that was always there simply waits for us to stop stirring the waters so it can run in its true direction. Humans are born with an instinct to grasp. We want to know, to be safe, to make everything go according to plan. But in the realm of energy, control is the subtlest form of resistance. It sends the signal that we do not trust. And when the frequency of fear is transmitted, the universe, so honest it can seem ruthless, reflects it back through situations designed to teach us to let go. Not to punish, but to remind us that the true order of life does not lie in our hands, but in the infinite intelligence that operates times through times, us. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means asterisk, stopping the effort to force the world to obey our will. Asterisk. When we let go, we do not stop acting. We act differently, lighter, subtler, aligned with the current rather than against it. Those who know how to let go are not passive. They still plant seeds, work hard, and live fully, but they are unattached to outcomes. They understand that their task is to sow correctly. Whether the seed blossoms or bears fruit is the work of the universe. When the mind releases control, action becomes graceful, and it is precisely that grace which allows results to arrive more swiftly. Imagine a river. As it flows, it does not need a map. It never asks, should I turn left or right? It simply follows the contours of the earth and always finds the sea. Humans are the same. When we try to control, we build dams and block the current. The water does not disappear, it stagnates, builds pressure, and eventually breaks out in ways we never expected. When we let go, the water finds its way again. For the essence of life is motion, it needs no instruction. To let go, therefore, is not to lose power, but to return power to its rightful place, the natural flow of the universe. Control is the child of fear, surrender is the child of trust. When we believe everything will come at the right time, we no longer need to hold. When we believe the universe is wiser than our intellect, we no longer need to calculate. When we believe we are supported, we no longer need to strain. And within that trust, energy begins to flow smoothly. The things we once thought impossible start to happen not through effort, but through resonance. We find ourselves moving through life without the collisions of resistance because we no longer fight the current. Those who have not yet learned to let go often say, if I don't control it, everything will fall apart. But they fail to see that it is the fear of chaos that makes them live in chaos. The universe is not chaotic, only the mind is. When the mind is calm, the world is calm. When the mind trusts, everything arranges itself. Letting go does not make us weaker. It restores us to the frequency where the universe can move through us. In the instant we stop trying to do, the current of creation begins to do through us. That is the difference between one who strives to create miracles and one who times becomes times the miracle. Letting go does not mean abandoning responsibility. On the contrary, it requires a higher awareness, Those who let go know clearly the boundary between what is theirs and what belongs to the universe. They fulfill their part, then release the rest. They do not pull on the stem to force the fruit to ripen, nor shake the tree to make the flowers fall. They know that time has its own rhythm, and within that rhythm everything is perfect. They do not pray, "Let things go my way," but whisper, "May the universe's best unfold through me." That single sentence, as soft as breath, carries enough power to shift an entire reality. Letting go is an art. It does not come in a day. At first we let go with the mind, we say, "I trust," yet the heart still trembles. But gradually, through experience, we notice that every time we truly release, things turn out better than we imagined. We begin to see that control was always an illusion. And when that illusion dissolves, trust becomes instinct. Like a bird that never doubts the sky will hold it, it simply flies. Those who know how to let go no longer remind themselves to trust. They simply live. Letting go is also an act of courage, because to let go is to accept times not knowing. Asterisk. And not knowing is what the mind fears most. The mind wants certainty, prediction, control, but life does not belong to the mind. It belongs to the heartbeat, to the soul, to something far more intelligent than any plan. When we dare to step into the space of not knowing, we open the door to the infinite, and only in that infinite space can miracles enter. The paradox is this: only when we truly let go do we begin to see ourselves guided perfectly, not by the ego, but by a greater order. Synchronicities appear, opportunities arrive effortlessly, doors open without knocking. We realize the universe has never been asleep, never made a mistake. It was we, through fear, who tangled the signal. Now, as fear dissolves, the flow reconnects. We are no longer rowers struggling against the waves, but sailors who raise their sails and let the wind of life carry them. And in that journey, we learn the greatest lesson. Asterisk, asterisk, letting go is not losing, it is opening. Asterisk, asterisk. When we let go, our hands are empty, and because they are empty, they can receive. When we cling, we can only hold the old. When we open, the new can arrive. The universe cannot fill a cup that is already full. That is why all mature souls understand. To receive, one must release. It is not just a spiritual law, it is a natural one. When we let go, time softens, space bends. Everything seems to arrange itself in a perfection beyond our imagination. The things we once feared become the foundation of a new picture. We see that the universe does not need our commands. It only needs us to stop blocking its movement. And in the moment we stop resisting, a quiet power rises from within. Not loud, not dramatic, simply asterisk, asterisk, the current that knows the way. Asterisk, asterisk. Ultimately, letting go is not just a lesson, it is the doorway to freedom. When we let go, we stop being the one who carries the burden and become the one who walks with the wind. When we let go, we stop demanding from the world and begin to feel it as a living symphony. When we let go, we stop fearing loss of control and realize that control never truly existed. There is only the operation of a vast intelligence of which we are a part. And when we finally understand this, the soul exhales. It no longer needs to fight, prove, or foresee what will come. It simply walks in trust within the sacred stillness of the universe, perfectly unfolding through each of its breaths. For at the heart of every miracle lies a single truth. Asterisk, asterisk. The universe does not need us to control it. It only needs us to let go so it can be itself. Asterisk, Asterisk. There are things in life that move slowly, as if bound by invisible ropes, no matter how hard we try. Yet there are also moments when just one thought, one decision, one complete feeling of trust, and everything shifts instantly. The speed of the universe is not measured in time, but in the degree of alignment within faith. When our energy matches the frequency of what we are reaching for, there is no need for effort or waiting, only one heartbeat of time's belief, asterisk, and reality rearranges itself immediately. That is the moment when alignment replaces effort, when physical action becomes the natural consequence of an already complete vibration. Faith is not a positive thought. Faith is unified energy, where there is no longer division between wanting and fearing, between hoping and doubting. It is the state of times knowing for sure, asterisk, even without proof. When we truly believe, the universe has no choice but to respond, because we and it are resonating on the same frequency. There is no boundary, no delay, no obstacle. Everything happens as instantly as light echoing back from a mirror. Effort belongs to the mechanism of fear. We strive because we fear losing, fear lacking, fear being unworthy. But the energy of fear is heavy. It slows the current. Faith, on the other hand, is light, clear, expansive. It does not push because it already knows the result is certain. Those who live in faith do not run around seeking proof because they know proof will find them. They do not try to align because they times alignment. And in that state, they become magnets, drawing, matching possibilities toward them, quickly, precisely, flawlessly. The speed of faith does not come from acting faster, but from having purer energy. A clear frequency moves without resistance, like light passing through crystal. When the mind no longer resists, energy no longer needs time to travel. Everything becomes the instantaneous reflection of the infinite field. When we believe, the universe mirrors. When we doubt, the mirror stops. When we worry, the reflection distorts. And when we return to faith, everything clicks back into place like gears finally meshing after being stuck. Those who live in faith do not use force. They understand that alignment is stronger than effort. They act from inspiration, not from tension. They know when to pause and when to move, because their intuition beats in rhythm with the flow. Every action in that state is exponentially more effective, because it moves with, not against, the current of the universe. Like a sailboat following the wind, they need not row, only steer correctly. And the wind, the energy of faith, does the rest. True faith never needs to prove itself. It does not need to try to believe, because trying to believe is proof that belief is not yet there. True faith is the silent certainty of knowing. When a mother holds her child, she does not try to believe the baby is alive. She knows. That is the kind of faith to which the universe responds instantly, because it carries no distortion, no static of doubt. When we reach that level of trust, reality immediately restructures around it. What makes most people feel they haven't achieved it yet is not lack of action, but acting from a frequency that is not yet coherent. They do much, but their energy is scattered. They wish for good things, yet secretly worry they won't come. In energy, that is a mixed signal. The universe cannot hear it clearly. But when we pause, breathe deeply, and feel the certainty of what we desire as if it already exists, we emit a pure signal. And the universe, being the perfect mirror, needs only a clear signal to respond immediately. Faith is not an isolated act, it is a state of being. When we truly trust that the universe is always supporting us, even the smallest details of our day bear the imprint of divine precision. When we believe we are guided, we no longer fear mistakes. When we believe we are worthy, we no longer need to prove it. And when we believe that the current knows the way, every closed door becomes merely an invitation to turn, not an ending. In that frequency of faith, time contracts, because within trust, there is no someday, only times now, asterisk. The speed of faith is not determined by how strongly we believe, but by how purely times we believe. Faith mixed with fear is a weak signal. Faith paired with gratitude is powerful. When we feel grateful for what we have not yet seen, the universe understands that we are ready, because only a soul that trusts completely can feel gratitude before receiving. And when gratitude appears, energy opens and flows freely. Nothing arrives. It simply times reveals itself. Asterisk. Those who live at the speed of faith are never in a hurry, yet everything around them happens quickly, not because they push, but because they have released all resistance. When the mind no longer doubts, energy no longer clogs. Like a radio wave once tuned to the correct frequency, the signal comes instantly. No shouting, no repetition, no waiting. The universe is not limited by time. It is only limited by misalignment. When we resonate, speed becomes light itself. Faith is the only shortcut in creation. It bypasses effort, planning, and calculation. It flows purely through state. Those who reach that level no longer act to have, but act because they are. They do not act from lack, but from fullness. Not for the result, but for the joy of doing. And when their energy is joy, the universe operating on the same frequency responds immediately, not as a reward, but as a reflection of resonance. If effort is walking on foot, faith is flying on wings. Effort has limits, faith has none. Effort requires force. Faith requires stillness. Effort comes from will. Faith comes from awareness. When will rests, awareness awakens. And when awareness opens, we see there is nothing to chase, because everything is already running toward us. The speed of faith is not a metaphor, it is energetic truth. In the deepest layer of existence, the universe does not wait, it mirrors. The clearer, purer, and more aligned the faith, the more immediate the reflection. When we stop striving, when we stop thinking, we must earn what we desire. Energy stabilizes instantly. And when energy is stable, time dissolves. Faith becomes command. And the universe, perfectly honest, replies, "It is done." And that is when we understand that miracles have never come from effort. They come from asterisk, the speed of faith, asterisk, where we stop chasing the universe and begin walking in rhythm with it. In that state, every action becomes as light as breath. Everything unfolds as naturally as sunrise. And all we can do is smile, knowing that whatever is sent out in pure faith is already complete in the very moment we believe. Within every human being lies a space. No one else can enter a silent kingdom where all the tempests of the outer world lose their power. It is the central region of the soul, the place where we hold our true sovereignty. When we find it, the world no longer controls us. No word can wound us. No circumstance can pull us out of orbit. In that stillness, we become the center of our own universe, not through control, but through harmony. Peace at that moment is not something to seek, but the natural state of a soul that has returned to its rightful position. People often live like satellites, pulled by the gravity of others, by opinions, emotions, fears. They forget that they too are planets with their own orbit, their own core, their own light. When we fail to recognize this, we hand over our power to the external. A single glance can shake us. A single word can keep us awake at night. A single failure can make us doubt ourselves. But when we reclaim inner sovereignty, everything reverses. We are no longer pulled, we radiate. Instead of reacting, we reflect. Instead of running, we stand still. Inner sovereignty does not come from strength, but from understanding. Understanding that nothing outside can touch the soul unless we allow it. Understanding that emotion is not an enemy, but a signal guiding us back to the center. Understanding that every disturbance is not a danger, but an opportunity to see where we have drifted from our core. Those who understand this no longer resist life, they listen to it. And when they listen, life becomes gentle, like the sea calming under a soft wind. Peace does not mean the absence of storms. Peace is when, amidst the storm, we still hold the clarity of the lake within. A sovereign mind does not deny emotion. It sees through it. When angry, it knows where the anger comes from. When sad, it knows that sadness does not define it. When afraid, it recognizes fear as a signal of the mind, not the essence of the soul. This awareness turns peace from something conditional into something constant, a fixed field of energy, the gravitational center of all experience. When the inner being is sovereign, every decision becomes clear. There is no need to over-question, no need to over-analyze. From that still point, intuition awakens. Intuition is the voice of the soul, untouched by the noise of the world. It does not speak through reasoning, but through knowing. When we hear it, action becomes natural, and results unfold effortlessly. A person with inner sovereignty needs no validation. Their presence itself is the answer. There is a quiet strength in one who can stand still. When the world loses direction, they become the anchor. When others waver, they become the mirror. Not because they are higher, but because they are no longer pulled down. They see everything through the eyes of wholeness, without division, without judgment, without the need to win or lose. They know that true victory is not conquering others, but no longer being ruled by anything. That is the purest form of freedom, freedom from reaction. Those who lack inner sovereignty live in the cycle of if then, if someone loves me, I'm happy. If they leave, I'm broken. If I'm praised, I'm confident. If I'm criticized, I collapse. But those with sovereignty do not live in conditions. They do not need if. They do not need the world's cooperation to be at peace. They are peaceful because they have returned to the center where all energies are rebalanced before they leave them. The world may still be noisy, but within them, there is only the silence of a mountain. Inner sovereignty is not detachment from the world, it is participating in it from the seat of the observer, not the one entangled. When we walk with that awareness, every conflict becomes a lesson, every judgment a mirror, every failure an invitation to go deeper within. Gradually, we realize that the world was never against us, it was training us to remember the position of our center. One with inner sovereignty cannot be defeated, for they do not play the game of winning and losing. They cannot be wounded, for they do not identify with the wound. They cannot be trapped in memory, for they do not cling to old images. They understand that everything is only experience, and experience can touch them, but never define them. With that understanding, we step out of the cycle of suffering. We still live, still love, still lose, but all unfold like waves brushing the shore, leaving patterns but never taking the ground beneath. Inner sovereignty is also the path of love, not romantic love, but the love of acceptance. When we love ourselves enough, we no longer allow anyone to trespass our energetic boundaries. We no longer need others to fill us, for we are already whole. We no longer use emotion as currency, for we know love is not a transaction. Then we begin to radiate love instead of demanding it. And the miracle is that when we radiate it, the world reflects it back 1,000-fold. True peace is not a destination, but a stance. It is the way we stand within the world. When we are centered, we no longer have to avoid negative energy, because no energy can penetrate the field of a stable consciousness. Like the eye of a storm, the still point amid the chaos, the one who attains inner sovereignty has found the eye of the soul's storm. They no longer ask, how do I find peace? They simply observe, what within me is disturbing the peace? That single question is enough to bring energy back into balance. When we truly stand at the center of our own universe, we no longer try to understand the universe, for we times it. Every reflection outside is an extension of our mind. Everyone we meet is a fragment of our own mirror. And when we hold peace in our hearts, the universe mirrors that peace back in every circumstance. Then we are no longer people living in the world, but asterisk creators shaping the world from within. Asterisk. Inner sovereignty is the final gift of awakening, not for domination, but for harmony. When we master our energy, we no longer need to control anyone. When we are stable, we naturally bring order to what surrounds us. When we are still, the world becomes still. And in that stillness, we are no longer drifting grains of sand, but stars holding our orbit steady in the galaxy of the soul. So do not search for peace out there. Peace does not live in promises, in the future, or in circumstance. Peace comes when we realize that asterisk, everything outside is only the wave, while our center is the sea. Asterisk, when we remember that, we return to being the sovereign of our inner world. No throne, no crown, only a silent kingdom where we are the light and everything else is merely its reflection. Since birth, human beings have been surrounded by light, the light of the sun, of the stars, of the life that fills this planet. Yet there is one kind of light most have forgotten, because it does not exist outside. It is the inner light, the primordial, silent, and unchanging radiance, where the soul once knew who it was before being swept into the play of the world. That light has never gone out. It has only been veiled by the clouds of fear, memory, and the identities we have mistaken for ourselves. When we remember, it is not that we discover something new, it is that we see through all the layers to what has always been there. In the depths of being, each human is a ray separated from an infinite source, but over time we forget. We begin to define ourselves through names, roles, status, through what others think, through what we do. Pieces of the self scatter across countless fragments of life. Then, one day, in the exhaustion of constantly becoming, the soul whispers, "Remember." And that is when the journey of awakening begins, the journey back to the light of self-recognition. The inner light does not need to be sought, it only needs us to stop running. Every search, even spiritual seeking, can become a form of escape, an avoidance of stillness. For in stillness, there is nothing left to hold on to, and that is what frightens the ego most. Yet only in stillness can light be seen. Just as we can only see the sky's reflection when the lake stops rippling. When the mind becomes still, we realize we were never disconnected from the source. The light of self-recognition is neither loud nor dazzling. It does not come in moments of excitement, but in the quiet instant when we look within ourselves without judgment, without interpretation. When we stop trying to be better, higher, or more deserving, we suddenly realize we were never lesser, never far, never separated from the source. The feeling of lack is an illusion created by the mind to maintain the idea that I must achieve. But the soul needs to achieve nothing, it only needs to remember, and when it remembers, everything falls naturally into place. Humans often think light is the good and darkness the bad. But in truth, light does not oppose darkness. Light is simply awareness, while darkness is what has not yet been seen. When we bring awareness to any fear, wound, or mistake within us, we are bringing light back to it. Darkness does not need to be destroyed, it only needs to be seen. And in that non-judgmental gaze, it dissolves not because it has been defeated, but because it has been understood. This is when the light of self-recognition shines brightest. When we are brave enough to look at every part of ourselves and say, "You are me too, and I love you." When we begin to see the light within ourselves, the outer world changes too. We stop seeking validation, for we already have recognition from our own essence. We stop striving to be loved, for we realize love does not arrive, it flows from us. Every relationship becomes lighter because we no longer need anyone to play a role to complete us. We do not love from lack, we love from overflow. And in that state, we become a light for others, not through preaching, but through presence. The light of self-recognition is not merely a feeling, it is a total reorientation of perception. When we look at the world through that light, we see that everything is a reflection of the same source. Those who hurt us are no longer enemies, but mirrors of the parts of us still unhealed. Challenges are no longer obstacles, but lessons in compassion. Losses are no longer endings, but spaces created so the light may pass through. And then we begin to understand the universe was never against us, it has only ever been helping us remember. Remember, light never disappears, it only hides. Hidden beneath false beliefs, old emotions, and the stories we tell about who we are. Each time we say, "I'm not good enough, I was wrong, I don't deserve," we place another cloud over the inner Sunday. But when we stop telling stories, when we simply breathe and become present, we start to see light filtering through the cracks, not because we created it, but because it never left. In the light of self-recognition, the greatest questions of existence fall silent. Who am I? Why am I here? All dissolve into a single feeling, I am. And in that state, no answer is needed. For when we live times as times light, we no longer need to know the path, because we times are times the path. Every direction leads to the center, and that center lies in each breath, each moment of complete presence. Those who have remembered the inner light no longer seek gods outside themselves. They see the divine in every atom, in every gaze, in every breath of wind. For they understand that the sacred is not separate from the ordinary. At times is times the ordinary when seen with awakened eyes. When they wash dishes, they are meditating. When they walk, they are praying. When they love, they are worshipping. Life no longer divides into spiritual and worldly. There is only one current of light flowing through all things. The light of self-recognition does not demand perfection. It only invites honesty. Honesty to see our fragility without shame. Honesty to see our fear yet still step forward. Honesty to recognize that we are no one else. We are simply ourselves, enough, whole. And in that honesty, light spreads not like a blazing flame, but like dawn, seeping through mist, warm, gentle, unstoppable. Ultimately, the light of self-recognition is the stage where the soul stops seeking a destination and returns to being the asterisk, asterisk, source, asterisk, asterisk. When we live from that light, everything that comes is illuminated by awareness. Every event becomes material for awakening. We no longer ask, when will the light arrive? Because we already know. Asterisk, asterisk, the light has never left. Asterisk, asterisk, it has only been waiting for us to pause, open our eyes, and whisper softly, I remember. And when those words echo in the heart, the universe smiles. For at last, humanity has stopped searching for the light, so it can finally become it, silent, benevolent, and eternal. There exists a kind of crown that no one can see, not made of gold, not adorned with jewels, not heavy upon the head, yet radiant from within. It is the crown of the soul, the one that appears only after a person has fought the deepest battles within and risen again in complete stillness. It is not the crown of a conqueror, but the crown of one who understands. One who understands that true power is not in making the world submit, but in calming the storm within one's own heart. The invisible crown is not bestowed by anyone. It does not come from recognition, nor from ceremony, but from a profoundly private moment when the soul realizes it has returned home. It is not the triumph of the ego, but the dissolution of it. When there is no one left to prove anything to, nothing left to compete for, no reason left to run, that is when a human truly becomes magnificent, not because they are exalted, but because they have stepped into their own light. The journey to the invisible crown is a silent metamorphosis. It is not loud, not witnessed, not applauded. It consists of long nights of doubt, moments of near surrender, and countless times when the soul must choose between fear and love. Each time we choose love, a piece of gold is forged. Each time we choose forgiveness, a jewel is set. And after enough such choices, the crown appears not on the head, but upon the summit of consciousness. Those who wear the invisible crown are neither proud nor self-proclaimed, awakened. True awakening never needs to be declared. It is light in the eyes, peace in the gestures, a mirror that helps others see their own brightness. Their presence makes others feel safe without knowing why. They teach not through words, but through being. And that being is the soul's most refined lesson, that light does not persuade, it simply shines. The invisible crown represents the ultimate sovereignty of the inner world. Those who wear it no longer allow the world to define them. They can stand amid the marketplace, the noise, the chaos, yet keep their radiant center intact, not because they are detached, but because they have learned not to identify with disorder. They see the world moving, yet they know they are the stillness within which all movement occurs. They no longer fear loss, for they know that nothing is truly taken away. They no longer fear death, for they understand that the soul cannot dissolve. The invisible crown is also a symbol of deep compassion. Having seen their own darkness and forgiven it, they no longer judge anyone else. They know every soul is learning, every being is finding its way back to the light, each at its own rhythm. They do not compare, impose, or preach. They simply listen, for sometimes listening itself is the highest act of love one soul can offer another. Those who wear the invisible crown no longer need to prove goodness. They do not try to shine because they asterisk the light. And true light never needs to cast shadows to appear brighter. It simply illuminates, gently, steadily, for no one and for nothing. In that illumination, the world reflects upon itself and changes. This is pure power, the power of influence without force. The invisible crown is the harmony between human and soul. There is no longer a distance between the earthly self and the divine self. Every ordinary act, cooking, walking, working, laughing, crying, becomes a ritual. They no longer separate life from spirituality, for they have become the bridge between both. When they touch something, it becomes sacred. When they speak, their words gain soul. When they pass by, the air grows still, as if energy itself recognizes it is near something higher, deeper, truer. But this crown cannot be faked. It cannot be worn through borrowed beliefs, gained through rituals, or purchased with knowledge. It appears only when the soul has lived in truth long enough, when one has cried enough, loved enough, forgiven enough, and let go enough. When one no longer desires to be enlightened, but only to live authentically, the crown aligns itself upon the headlight as breath, yet unshakable. Those who wear the invisible crown no longer seek perfection. They know light is only real when it embraces its cracks. They are not ashamed of mistakes, for they understand that mistakes are the doorway to wisdom. They do not fear pain, for they know wounds are the openings through which light enters. Every fracture in them is no longer a scar, but a pattern, a testament of the journey. The invisible crown is also the emblem of service. When the soul awakens, power is no longer used to prove, but to radiate. Those who bear it do not ask, "What do I get?" but "What can I give?" They know their energy is their greatest gift. A smile, a touch, a word can shift another's vibration. They do not act for fame, duty, or reward. They act for the quiet joy of participating in the dance of the cosmos. When a person reaches this state, time and space become as light as breath. Everything that arrives has its purpose. Everything that leaves is accepted. They no longer ask why. They simply say, "All right." Every moment is enough. Every breath is sacred. And in that simplicity, their light becomes stronger than any sermon. For nothing is more convincing than a soul that has become transparent to itself. Those who wear the invisible crown no longer walk with heads bowed in fear, nor raised in pride. They walk slowly, but surely, as if every step touches sacred ground. Their eyes are peaceful, their voice calm, their smile enough to make others believe the world is still good. They do not know everything, but they know one thing. Asterisk, asterisk, everything is exactly where it should be. Asterisk, asterisk. The invisible crown is not a final reward, but the meeting point between the human and the eternal. When it appears, the soul is no longer on a journey of seeking it, has times become times the journey itself. Every day is a prayer, every glance a blessing, every breath a hymn of gratitude. And in that simplicity, they no longer need light to shine upon them. They times are times the light. And the world, when it touches them, glows softly, as if remembering something it once had within itself. And perhaps that is the silent mission of those who wear the invisible crown, not to be admired, but to awaken in others the memory that asterisk, asterisk, they too are wearing such a crown. Asterisk, asterisk, they need only remember, and their own light will blaze once more. And the world, one soul at a time, will begin to shine. Again, not because it was given light, but because together we have all asterisk, asterisk remembered. Asterisk, asterisk. There comes a moment after all the long journeys of searching, healing, and awakening when a person realizes a truth both simple and profound. They have never been separated from the miracle, for they times are times the miracle itself. Every breath, every heartbeat, every ray of light passing through the eyes is proof of the operation of wonder. Yet, in the restless current of life, we often forget. We think miracles must happen somewhere out there, born from a divine hand or some supernatural force, until, in a moment of stillness, we realize the miracle does not arrive. It is asterisk, asterisk, emitted asterisk, asterisk from within us when we move in harmony with the whole. To become the miracle is not to learn how to create the extraordinary, but to remember that everything ordinary has always been extraordinary. When we drink a sip of water, inhale a breeze, or feel our heart beating, we are witnessing the universe moving through our body. When we speak words of love, when we forgive, when we smile at a stranger, that energy radiates outward, touching countless other souls without our knowing. Every small action, when born from conscious creation, becomes a spark within the web of the cosmos, where we no longer merely live in the miracle, but become asterisk, asterisk, the source of it, asterisk, asterisk. Those who have become the miracle do not strive to change the world, for they know the world is only a mirror. When their inner light shines, the universe reflects it back in endless forms of wholeness. They do not plead, demand, or compete, because they understand that asterisk, the universe does not give it, co-creates. Asterisk, when their energy unites with the energy of the whole, all limits dissolve. There is no longer a boundary between me and it, between the one who asks and the thing asked for. At that point, the miracle is no longer an outcome, it is the essence itself. Becoming the miracle is living in oneness with the source stream, no longer divided between the spiritual and the mundane, between the sacred and the earthly. When we wash the dishes, we are meditating. When we work, we are offering. When we love, we are creating. Every moment becomes a ceremony. Every act, no matter how small, is surrounded by awareness. And in that awakened state, the energy of the miracle begins to flow through us like an uninterrupted current, gentle, warm, luminous, alive. Miracle does not reside in surprise, but in the perfect precision of the present. When we stop comparing, when we no longer chase the future or flee the past, we enter the space where everything aligns flawlessly. Every meeting, every event, every choice unfolds as though prearranged. Yet in truth, nothing has been arranged. It is our energy drawing matching fragments together. We no longer ask, why is this happening? But smile, knowing this is happening, asterisk, me, not asterisk, me. Those who have become the miracle no longer search for wonder, they are times that wonder for others. When they walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. When they speak, people listen not for the words, but for the energy. They do not teach, yet every gesture is a lesson. They do not promise, yet their presence is proof that light exists in this world. They do not need to shine brightly. They only need to times be times, and the world feels a peace that words cannot describe. To become the miracle does not mean to be perfect, never stumble, never ache. On the contrary, it is allowing every facet of the self to exist without resistance. When we know that wisdom hides in darkness, that grace hides in pain, that blessing hides in loss, we begin to see life through the eyes of the Creator. Every challenge becomes a canvas for light to paint upon. Every crack becomes an opening for the soul to radiate stronger. Those who understand this do not fear suffering, for they know suffering is simply another form of miracle in disguise. Miracles do not happen by chance. They are summoned by the purity of belief. When we truly believe that the universe is always moving, times for times, us, never against us, never abandoning us, we begin to witness strange synchronicities. The right person appears, the right door opens, the help arrives exactly on time. Yet these are not miracles from outside, but asterisk, responses from within. Asterisk. Everything outside is simply the reflection of inner energy, speaking back, saying, I have heard you, and I am co-creating with you. When we live in the energy of the miracle, everything becomes sacred symbolism. A rain shower is no longer just weather, but purification. A laugh is no longer just sound, but vibration rippling through space. A hug is no longer just contact of bodies, but two universes colliding. When we live in that frequency, everything around us, people, objects, circumstances, becomes a vessel through which love reveals itself. And then life ceases to be a chain of events and becomes a symphony of miracles being woven in every moment. To become the miracle is to no longer stand outside the universe observing it, but to feel oneself as its heartbeat. When we inhale, the universe inhales. When we laugh, the universe laughs. When we love, the whole vibrates with us. In that state, there is no longer the creator and the created. There is only asterisk, asterisk. Creation, asterisk, asterisk, gazing upon itself in infinite forms. This is the highest level of unity, when the human and the cosmos merge, when the I is no longer the center but the whole. And in that unity, we no longer ask for miracles, because we asterisk, asterisk, become asterisk, asterisk them. Everything we touch rises in vibration. Every place we walk grows brighter. We do not try to help others, but simply by living authentically, we already do. For in the light of a soul that remembers who it is, all other souls begin to remember too. No doctrine, no advice is needed, only presence, and the world adjusts itself. Ultimately, the greatest miracle is not turning water into wine, nor moving mountains. The true miracle is asterisk, asterisk, human awakening to the sacredness of their own being. Asterisk, asterisk. It is when we realize that we are not merely living in the universe is living within us. It is when we stop fearing, stop wandering, stop feeling separate, and simply smile, for we have come home. At that point, every prayer is answered the instant it is conceived, not because we are more powerful, but because we no longer doubt. Every action touches another's heart, not because we are better, but because we have become channels of pure love. And in every breath, every glance, every gesture, we know, asterisk, asterisk, the miracle is no longer something to witness. It is what we are. Asterisk, asterisk. For at the end of every journey, there is no destination but unity. Human and universe are no longer two separate entities, but a single stream of light singing its own song. And in that moment, the universe whispers in a language only the heart can hear. You have returned. You no longer seek the miracle, for you are the miracle.